Kaixo Imanol, Gabon.
Good evening, Imanol. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. What's your assessment on today's game? Well, you said it. I think could have happened from the very beginning and also at the end. So, as I said yesterday, we went out to enjoy ourselves and we had to value today's game. I'm quite happy with what I saw. With the 1-1 draw, I think we had a few chances, but still, I'm quite happy, and this is why I wanted to see some competitiveness. And then, if we could win it, then that could have been good. But I think the draw is positive, and we will see what happens in the second leg. And after what you've seen today, what's your assessment on the second leg? Well, it won't be easy. As I said yesterday, you know what team we're facing. They're very physical, they're very fast. But you've definitely seen that we've got our identity. We play our own football, so why not? It's tough, but we will get chances, and that's what we would do. Would you like to see today's Real Sociedad at Old Trafford? Well, definitely. We know who we are facing, and it's going to be tough. We should not forget where we're coming from. And it's good that we showed the high level we showed today. I think that has a lot of merit, and I'm quite happy with it. I hope everyone's feeling the same thing as me, because this is something we are going to remember for a very long time. We will remember the years we've had with this good squad. Well, Subimendi has not made the travelling squad. Also, a lot of players were feeling some physical discomfort after the game. What's your assessment on that? Well, yeah, we were a bit tight. There's a lot of players who are suffering because we're playing off games. There's also the flu. So we will have to wait and see how the players are feeling for Sunday. We want to have a good starting lineup, and we would like to have a good travelling squad, and then we will see in the next matches. Last question in Euskera. Yes, what you're doing with this team, what this team is doing, is something unforgettable. You are the third manager with the most matches managed. You've passed Alberto Ormaechea. What does that mean to you? Yes, definitely, I'm very proud of that. I've always said it, and it's always going to be that way. Alberto Ormaechea for us is an absolute legend. He is the best player in the history of Real Sociedad, and he will remain that way. And to have coached more games than he did is an honour. And hopefully he also appreciates that, and not just me, and not just the team, because we are showing a very high level. Hi, Imanol, good evening. What would you like to take away? The match that Real Sociedad has put up against Man United, or because you might have missed a chance to have an advantage in Old Trafford? Well, it's a bit of everything, really. At the end of the day, this is no get around against a very good team, and we need to live up to the expectations. Sometimes we have to suffer the way we did at some points during the game. And sometimes with the 1-1 draw, we were able to generate chances and to have a shot at winning the game. But at the end of the day, it's about competing, not just during the best moments for us, but also during the worst ones. We're quite happy with the way we competed during the match. We are still alive. We know it's going to be tough, but we have a lot of excitement and a lot of ambition, of course, without disrespecting the opponents. We know who we're facing and in which ground, but why not? Yes, Imanol, I would like to ask you why the team might have struggled during the first half. And what do you think you've done right with the substitutions you've made with Becker, with Mikel on the left? Well, it's quite simple. You've seen their performance in terms of structure and in terms of physique. They're the best out there. I'm not the one to say how much potential this team has. At the end of the day, facing these opponents compels us to put up a great game against any opponent, really. So, as I said, they are playing well in the Premier League and they're deserving more than they're getting. So, that's the main reason, really. They're one of the best sides in Europe. And when they come together and when they play together defensively, it's even harder for us. So we need to be really focused because they have a great level of quality. And at the end of the day, it's just a matter of having the chances of not having them. So we're quite happy with things, how things went, with the way we competed, with the opponents we were facing. So it's good that we were capable of holding up during the very first minutes. We were close to scoring the equalizer and we were close to winning the game. The substitutions gave us more energy and more quality, and that's what we were lacking during the first half. During the first half, there were also some phases where we could have taken more back. And that might be one of the reasons why we haven't generated that many changes. And psychologically, one could argue that the players have the mindset to win in big stadiums. Well, as I said before, and I'm not changing my mind, we are facing one of the favorites to win the Europa League, as you can imagine. We are playing in front of their crowd, in their stadium, but we did it before during the group stage a few seasons ago, and seeing the first few minutes of our opponents, we would like to have the utmost respect for them, but we are aware that the quarterfinals are at stake and we're facing Man United. So, as I said, we are going into second leg with an open knockout round. We know we could be in the quarterfinals, and that makes me feel happy, makes me feel proud, and makes me feel excited for the game. Hi, Imanol. Beñat Rangers has been started. He hadn't been started since the game against Ponferradina. Now he played together with Bryce and with the rest of the team. Do you think he failed to be Mendes' shoes? Well, it wasn't easy, really. When a player doesn't play, you also ask me why he didn't play. So I suppose he was up to the challenge, up to Mendes' level too, because he was the one who's playing before him. So I'm quite happy about that. And I suppose he hadn't played for a very long time as a starter, and it was a huge game for him against very strong opponents. And he showed a lot of personality, really. He did what we asked him for. So we are quite happy about that. And I suppose I agree with you that it wasn't an easy job, but that's what we're trying to do, to have some players to replace the starters when they're not available for whatever reason. We're trying to have players such as Beñat, such as Pablo, to come in and to do a great job being aware of their different features. Because every player is different, and every player has different qualities. Hi, Imanol. I would like to ask you about Aramburu starting on the bench. Elizondo started in his place. What was your reasoning behind that? Well, we knew where we were coming from. I could see he had some physical discomfort, I also thought about what a game was going to be like. I think they're both very similar profiles, and I think we could have got a good result with Aritz as well. And I suppose he was the best option for today's game. He gave us a lot of experience, a lot of security, also defending. So that was the decision I made. That's my responsibility. But I put my money on Elizondo today. And during the first half, we had the impression that both teams had a lot of respect for each other. There was a miss, and Man United were able to capitalize off that. What's your assessment on that? Well, yes, we made a few mistakes, actually, more than I would have hoped for. And I think we could have generated some chances in the hole, and we could have played out from the back in a better way, and we could have been better in transition. They have a lot of fast players, a lot of good players, and every pass to the space can generate a lot of danger. I think during the first half we were up to the challenge. We were able to finalize our chances, and we were able to do the transitions when it was needed. Then after conceding the goal during the second half, I suppose we had the chance to equalize and even to take the lead with the late chances we created at the end of the game. Hi, Imanol. I would like to ask about Oyarzabal and Oyer, and if they would be starters for the next game. Well, I'm yet to speak to them. I'll do it tomorrow and day after tomorrow, because that's when players tend to feel the most sore. And I think some of the players were a bit uncomfortable because the level of demand in games like this is very high. We need to remember where we're coming from, what games we have been playing, and if they were already uncomfortable, just let alone now. We're facing Sevilla, a great opponent, and they are going to set the bar very high for us. So we need to recover, we need to see how we're feeling, and if we cannot have enough players for the starting lineup or for the call-up, we will call players up from the academy, as we've done before. Well, Imanol, you are used to singing in press conferences. What would be the song for tonight's game? Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.